What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, we here with 50 fun and interesting facts about Europe. You know, I never get tired of learning and getting some interesting and fun facts about Europe. So we finna check this out. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations.
Europe is a continent located entirely in the northern and eastern hemisphere. It is a continent of snow, sun, sea, castles and funny accents. It is rich in culture and history. So in this video we've created a list of 50 fun facts about this continent. Some interesting, some random, and some completely bizarre. Let us know in the comments which ones you already knew and which ones surprised you, because my name's Sam and you're watching the Geography Bible.
Geography Bible. Let's see if it's some stuff, some new information.
Moscow, Istanbul, and London are the three most populated cities in Europe by urban area,
Well,
with
really?
17.7, 15.3, and 11.2 million respectively. By city limits population, however, Istanbul is the most populated, followed by Moscow, and then London, with 15.3.
Whoa, Istanbul is more... Huh. Oh, that's Moscow. These are just the cities? I ain't gonna lie, I thought Moscow would have been bigger though.
Is the most populated, followed by Moscow, and then London, with 15.3, 12.5, and 9 respectively. Number 2. The tallest building in Europe is in St. Petersburg in Russia, soaring into the sky like a glass shard. The Lakta Center is a whopping 460 meters in height. There are 87 stories in total. For reference, it is not far off half the size of the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Number 3, English is the most spoken language on the continent, with 51% of the population being able to speak it as a first or second language. German comes in second at 32%, and then French third at 26%. Number 4, Russia is the most...
That's surprising because I know even in Scandinavia, even the Netherlands, they were saying like, you know, you speak English. I mean, most of the people still speak English there too. Like a good majority, like these are countries that they say if you only speak English, you'll still be good to travel to. I ain't never seen French on that list. No offense to the French. I like French.
At 26%. Number 4. Russia is the most populated country in Europe, as more than half
it's
of
the
Russia's
biggest, ain't
population
it?
is found in its European section, around 110 million in total. However, as mentioned earlier, Russia of course spans across Europe and Asia, which is called Eurasia. For the country with the highest population that is purely in Europe, it will be Germany at just under 84 million. Number 5. The geographical center point of Europe is a village named Panuskes in Lithuania, located roughly 26 kilometers from its capital, Vilnius. Number 6. Europe is the second smallest continent in size at just over 10 million kilometers squared, making it just larger than the United States, but just a third of the size of the continent of Africa.
Dang. I'm telling you, the map be so deceiving at times because like you would think this country is bigger than this country or that, you know, but in reality it's really not, because somebody did somebody put, I seen a video, they kind of put South America against like the United States of America and Canada and show how big South America was compared to United States and Canada put together. So that's crazy.
Than the United States, but just a third of the size.
When will we have life in Antarctica?
Of the continent of Africa. Number 7.
Never.
Despite the continent being the second smallest by
so
area,
lit up
it
up
has
there.
the third largest population, with around 748 million people. Number 8. Europe is entirely in the northern hemisphere, and most of the continent's landmass is in the eastern hemisphere. This is quite ironic, as the continent, along with America, is often referred to as the West. Number 9. North Cape is the most northern point on the European landmass. Punta de Tarifa in Spain is the most southern point. Cabo da Roco in Portugal is the most western point. And finally, the most eastern point is actually undecided and is different depending on your definition of European borders. It lies somewhere in the Ural watershed. Number 10. European mammal fauna consists of 270 species.
Wow.
78 of them endemic to Europe. 15% of them are threatened with extinction, and 27% have been identified as declining. Number 11. The most expensive house in Europe, and in fact the world, is Buckingham Palace, valued at just under $3 billion.
Oh my gosh.
It comprises of 775 rooms.
That's a house? Who was staying here? What in the world?
At just
that
under
is crazy.
$3 billion. It comprises of 775 rooms.
That's a lot of rooms.
Bathrooms,
Wow.
92 offices, and 19 stater rooms.
Oh my gosh.
Number 12. At 19.5 million, London was the most visited city in Europe in 2019, pre-pandemic, making it the third most visited city in the world,
Hong Kong?
behind Hong Kong and Bangkok. Number 13. The three largest countries in Europe are Russia, Ukraine, and France.
Oh, what is this? What is this country? I'm gonna see what that app is called. Country True Size, maybe. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
The three largest countries in Europe are Russia, Ukraine, and France. The part of Russia that is found in Europe is bigger than any other country on the continent.
Wow.
Number 14. The smallest country in Europe, and in fact the world, is the Vatican City. It is the smallest both by land area and population. Number 15.
I don't know. I need to learn a little bit more about Vatican City, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'll be forgetting it. So it's so small. It's way small.
Is the Vatican City. It is the smallest both by land area and population. Number 15. Norway has 83,000 kilometers of coastline, the longest coastline in Europe and the second longest in the world, only behind Canada. Number 16. There are 24 official languages in Europe, but more like 200 languages that are actually spoken around the continent. Number 17. In 2019, 7 of the top 10 most visited tourist attractions in the world were in Europe, the most visited being the Colosseum in Rome at 7.4 million visitors.
Wow.
Number 18. Liechtenstein, the fourth smallest country in Europe, does not have an airport.
Tiny.
It is also a double landlocked country.
Wait a minute. What are you supposed to do? Get on boat or drive here?
Country in Europe does not have an airport.
There's another country like that
It is also a
too.
double landlocked country, meaning it's landlocked and the countries surrounding it are also landlocked. Number 19. Although Europe has just over 10% of the world's population, it is responsible for a quarter of the world's GDP, roughly 23.5 trillion US dollars. If Europe was a single country, this would mean they'd have the highest GDP in the world, placing them only slightly ahead of the United States.
Norway.
Number 20. Again, if Europe was a single country, it would be the third most populated in the world, behind China and India. Remarkably, it would have roughly half of the population of both.
That's still amazing to me how these two countries are more populated than other countries as a whole. That is, that's a continent. That's the continents right there. That's crazy.
And India. Remarkably, it would have roughly half of the population of both of these countries. Number 21. Now, this one really did take me by surprise. Kazakhstan is partially in Europe. It is a transcontinental country that sits nicely in Central Asia, but as it's so large, it stretches across to Eastern Europe, where around 10% of its population live. Number 22. There is a rainforest in Europe. Yes, Europe's climate allows for rainforests. One of the last remaining is Perekika in Bosnia. The 3,500-acre forest is a reserve of UNESCO's World Heritage List. Number 23. 10 villages in Scandinavia have the shortest city or town names in Europe, just one letter long.
What?
The city name, which means small brook or river
I ain't never
in
hear
all
this.
Scandinavian languages, is found 9 times through the country.
What in the world? I ain't out of all the videos I did of Scandinavia, nobody ever talked about this. What in the world?
Small brook or river in all Scandinavian
That's
languages
crazy.
is found 9 times through the countries. Number 24. There are more bicycles than people in the Netherlands.
This is true.
Cycling is so popular in the
Gypsy
Netherlands
King.
that 84% of all Dutch own at least one bicycle. With 22.3 million bicycles in the country for its 17 million residents, bike traffic and congestion is actually becoming a problem. Number 25. Monaco has the highest life expectancy not just in Europe but the entire world.
Wow, Monaco,
Maybe it's because of Monaco's beautiful sun-drenched location along the French Riviera. Maybe it's because of the popularity of the Mediterranean diet, found to be one of the healthiest in the world. In any case, the people of Monaco live on average to be 89.4 years, the highest not just in Europe but the entire world. Number 26. Now, which company do you think has the highest value in Europe? It must be one of Germany's car companies like Volkswagen, right? Nope, it's LVMH, or Louis Vuitton as it's more commonly known. It is the most valuable company on the continent, at a market cap of around 350 billion US dollars. LVMH control
Louis Vuitton? Let me see who all Apple up there. You got Microsoft. The next company outside of USA is Saudi Arabia. Huh. Wow.
Louis Vuitton, as it's more commonly known.
Oh, that's a China, South Korea, France. I see you, France.
It is the most valuable
Louis
company
Vuitton.
on
That's
the
interesting.
continent, at a market cap of around 350 billion US dollars.
That's a lot.
LVMH controls around 60 subsidiaries that each manage a small number of prestigious brands. Number 27. Now, Europe isn't really known for its tall skyscrapers. It is more of a continent filled with ruins and castles. The city in Europe with the most skyscrapers belongs to Moscow at 65, placing them 29th highest in the world.
Dang.
Number 28. Heathrow Airport in London is the busiest airport on the continent. Pre-pandemic in 2019, nearly 81 million passengers passed through. However, Heathrow was dethroned in 2020 and 2021 by Istanbul Airport, which actually opened in 2019. Number 29. Iceland is the least densely populated country in Europe, at just 3 people per kilometer squared. However, the majority of the country live in its capital, Reykjavik, which has a population density of 480 people per kilometer squared. Number 30. According to Visual Capitalist's estimations, London is the city with the highest GDP in Europe, at around 1 trillion US dollars, placing them 5th in the world and just above Paris. Number 30.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought like Norway or something was up there, especially with the oils and stuff.
Europe is home to the deadliest and longest war in recorded history. World War II at around 80 million deaths, and Reconquista at around 781 years. The Reconquista was a period in the history of the Iberian Peninsula of about 780 years of war between Spanish Christians and Muslims. Number 32. On the 11th of August 2021, Sicily in Italy recorded the highest ever temperature in Europe at 48.8 degrees Celsius or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 33. And on the other end of...
Even though it got that hot in Europe like that is wild. Oh my god.
120 degrees
That
Fahrenheit.
got hotter than down here in Texas.
And on the other end of the spectrum, the lowest temperature ever recorded in Europe was minus 58.1 degrees Celsius, or minus 72.6 degrees Fahrenheit in Russia. Number 34. According to the Economist Intelligent Unit ranking, Zurich is the most livable city in Europe and the 7th most livable in the world. Number 35.
Switzerland do be up there. I've been seeing Switzerland in a lot of top things when it comes to, you know, country to live in, happy people. So I need to check out Switzerland. I like Switzerland.
75% in 2021. Norway is the country with the highest share of plug-in electric car sales in Europe.
I believe it.
For reference, Iceland comes in second at 45%. Number 36. Just one of the world's 7 wonders of the world is found in Europe. The Colosseum, located in Rome, Italy. Likewise, just one of the world's 7 natural wonders is also located in Europe. And technically, it isn't even Europe. It's in space. It is the Northern Lights, or the Aurora Borealis. Number 37. The richest country on the continent when measuring GDP or economy size goes to Germany at around 4.2 trillion US dollars, placing them 4th in the world. Number 38. When it comes to GDP per capita, however, Liechtenstein is the richest in Europe and in fact the world. In 2020,
Liechtenstein? Little Liechtenstein? I didn't even think it was that much money there.
Liechtenstein is the...
But then again, because Luxembourg So like when I first started these videos, they was telling me like how expensive Luxembourg was and stuff. I didn't hear too much about Liechtenstein. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Just in Europe, and in fact the world. In 2020, the United Nations estimated this value to be around 180,000 US dollars. Number 39. The country with the most Nobel Prizes in Europe belongs to the UK at 138.
Wow, okay. I see the UK on here a lot. It must
be noted, however, that Frederick Sanger received this prestigious award twice for his work in chemistry. Number 40. The top 3 countries in the world with the most islands are all in Europe, and they are all in fact Nordic countries and neighbours.
Hey.
This is Sweden, Norway and Finland. They have 268,000, 239,000 and 179,000 islands each, respectively. Number 41. At 136, Germany has the most billionaires in Europe. Per 2 million people, there are roughly 3 billionaires. To put this in perspective, the US is the country with the most billionaires at 724 and 3.9 billionaires per 2 million.
Did he just say 700 something billionaires in the US? And it's a lot of homeless. That's crazy to me.
The most billionaires at 724 and 3.9 billionaires per 2 million people. Number 42.
That's crazy.
Germany not only excels in wealth, it plays pretty good football too, or soccer depending on where you're from. With a total of 4 World Cup wins, the German have the equal most World Cup trophies in Europe, tying with Italy. However, Germany have 4 runners-up medals compared to Italy's 2.
Germany? I never knew that.
Excluding Russia, Germany is the highest CO2 emitting country in Europe. Its CO2 emissions are estimated to be around 800 million tons, making them the 6th highest emitter in the world. For reference, the UK is the 17th highest emitter at around 370 million tons, so more than half. Number 44. At 3,790 kilometers, the Volga River is the longest river and the 16th longest in the world. Situated in Russia, it flows through central Russia to southern Russia and into the Caspian Sea. Number 45. Camp Nou, Barcelona FC's football or soccer stadium, is the highest capacity stadium in Europe at just under 100,000. Although this stadium is unbelievable.
Where they be? I wonder where they be having the World Cup, or do they be having to build like new stadiums or add new seating? Because when I see those World Cup games, dude, it seems like it's like 200,000 people there at a time.
In Europe, at just under 100,000.
That is wild.
Although this stadium is unbelievably huge.
Okay, let me see. India, what sport? Cricket. Cricket is major. I didn't realize how major cricket was. It is. I've seen some big stadiums in cricket. Michigan, North Korea was. What y'all got? Is that basket, football? I don't know what that is. But Michigan Wolverines, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Texas, or Tennessee, LSU, Texas Longhorn, and those are some big name schools here, and those are just colleges. These are not professional sports. That's the crazy thing. These are just colleges, and these colleges making money off these players, and they ain't getting that much. They ain't getting how big these stadiums are. But you know, that's another story. Australia, the cricket team, okay. Spain, FC Barcelona down there. Okay, I see you. That's the only. Oh, there's another one in England for the rugby league. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Impressive. It still does not feature in the top 10 in the world. Number 46. Germans sure do love a museum. At 6,741, Germany has by far the most museums in Europe. The second most in the world, only to the US, who have a mind-boggling
didn't even know you can have that many.
33,000. Number 47.
I didn't even know we had that many museums. What in the world? I need to check this out.
Who have a mind-boggling 33,000. Number 47. At around 34%, Apple just beats Samsung at being the smartphone vendor with the highest market share across the European continent. The UK is the country with the highest market share of Apple users at 53%.
Wow.
Number 48. The euro is the official currency of 19 of the 27 member states of the European Union. It is classed as the second most important currency in the world, only behind the US dollar. Number 49. Spread across 52 acres and located in Poland, Malbork Castle is the largest castle in Europe and, of course, the world. It is also considered the largest brick structure ever built with human hands. And finally, number 50. Bulgaria is the oldest country in Europe and the only country...
I think that was the country I was thinking, because when he mentioned Liechtenstein, I didn't have no airports. I think Bulgaria is the other one. They don't have an airport, so you have to like drive in there.
Country that has not changed its name since it was first established. Kosovo, on the other hand, is the youngest country in Europe. While Serbia and a handful of other countries such as Russia and China do not recognize Kosovo's independence, the International Court of Justice ruled that Kosovo is a sovereign nation in 2010. So there we have it, 50 fun facts about Europe. Did any of these catch you out or take you by surprise? Let us know in the comments below.
I ain't gonna lie.
If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to drop a like. If you didn't, that's fine, you can always dislike the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, it's completely free and you can always unsubscribe at any time. Thank you for watching and we will see you very soon in the next video.
Nah, this was good. I like this a lot. Now I always like to see like those were interesting and new facts to me, because y'all know I will usually do individual countries and stuff like that, but with this, they kind of tapped into everywhere, you know, whether it was sports, you know, the biggest certain buildings and stuff like that. So definitely enjoy these type of videos, you know, just getting some I guess some interesting things that people wouldn't think about on a daily, you know. I ain't just sitting there like, what's the biggest stadium in the world? What's the big, you know, and now, you know, I can get this information and I can see this information, you know, what country has the largest GDP type of thing. So, but I enjoyed this. I hope y'all did as well. 50 facts. Y'all send me some more recommendations. Y'all hit that subscribe button and y'all be blessed, be the best.